What's up with it, YouTube? This is TK with Cuts by Kelly. In this video, we're going to be focusing on the design of this haircut. And I'm doing this to get your confidence up as well as my confidence up in doing designs. I'm not the best at designs, but I can do a little bit. So I'm going to do this in some detail for you so you can understand some concepts and things that you need to do to enhance your designs. So if this content is something that you like, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and become a part of the winning team. Who that? I just had to throw that in there. But yeah, we're going to focus on the design in this video, so just enjoy. First thing I'm going to do is knock down the hair, and I'm going to use a number 1 close, and that's a 1/8 guard. It's closed, and I'm going with the grain. I like to do this to keep the design dark, and that's going to help create dimension. And that's mainly what we want to do when we're making designs, just to make our designs pop more. Like I always say, you want to make different contrasts happen. So that is dark and light hair, you fading into the dark hair or you fading it to light. Then you got slim lines and then thick lines. So all that is just gonna help give it more dimension and more depth. So right here is, I'm just making my outline first. And after I create my outline, then I will sharpen it up by thickening the lines and lining the bottom of that part as well as the top of it, and also doing the fades. Now that I have the outline set, I'm just going to bald out the bottom because I'm not going to have any kind of fade going underneath this design. It's just going to be a blunt line at the bottom, so I'm just going to bald all of this out. Now that that's out the way, I'm going to use my 1/16 guard or the 0 guard, and I have it all the way open. And now I'm going to knock down the hair above this design, because like I said previously, I want the design to be darker than the faded area of this haircut, so the design can stand out. So the design's height is a number 1 or a 1/8 guard with the grain, and that is closed with the grain. And I'm going 1/16 or the number 0 guard open against the grain to create a lighter faded area. Now here right above the design, I'm starting to do my fade, which I'm starting off with close, then I'm gonna go 1/4, 3/4 and open. If you're confused about those steps, I'm gonna leave this link here so you can see these fade steps. Now I did the first steps with no guard, that's closed, 1/4, 3/4 open, just right there. Now I'm putting a guard on the 0 guard, and I'm going close, 1/4, 3/4. The top is already at the open level, so that's what I'm doing right now. because I still want the top to be a little dark, but not as dark as the design like I mentioned before, but I still want it to have a little darkness to it. So you can see the blend is going from light to dark, and that's what I want because it's going to give it more contrast. I can't stress that enough. You're trying to give the design area as much contrast as possible so it can stand out and it can seem like a whole lot is going on. Even though it might be a simple design, just that contrast makes it better. So right now here I'm going to sharpen up these lines. I'm widening them as well, and some lines I'm gonna have a little more slim than others, but that's the whole concept of building your design. You want some wide, you want some slim, you want some points, some curves if possible, and all of that is just going to help your design to stand out. Now right here you can see I made my line sharp. I'm gonna blend it out, but on some of it I won't blend out. I'm gonna blend some of it out so you don't see that heavy line, but a part of the line I'm gonna leave there. This is a part that I want you to notice. Because I made the line so sharp, I'm gonna have to use my trimmers to get it out. So I'm using a corner of it, and you can see it's diminishing that line, and that's what we want. But like I said previously, I want the line to be faint, but in some areas I want it blended out. And all of this, I can't stress enough, is for the depth of the design. So you can see the line there, but it's not as weighty or as defined as other areas of that design. Here in the back, I just chose this spot to do some fading as well to make it a little blurry right in this area and to give it a little more depth. These designs are actually not that hard. That's just the fact of the matter, or the truth of the matter, because I'm not that great of a design artist. I'm learning this, and I just try different things, and most of my work is freestyle. I cannot put a portrait of anybody in the head, or at least I didn't try to. And so this is something I believe if you can fade, you can do this. If you can line up someone's head or edge up someone's head, you can do these designs, because that's pretty much what it is. You're just making a few lines here and there, and then you're fading around them, like I said, to give it depth. So you should be able to be creative and make something happen. And that's all I'm doing. I start with something, or sometimes I go on Instagram and I look at a picture and I'm like, all right, let me see if I can do something like that. And it starts me off, and then I just add to it. So I'm hoping my designs and me explaining some of my designs or getting your creative juices going, and that you try it on your client or even on a mannequin before you try it on the client. But I'm just hoping that it's helping you out. This is my favorite part of this design. I like how it goes to that point. I like how it fades out, and also how it has the hair on top of the design and no hair at the bottom. So this is like my favorite part of this design. One thing I also want to point out is the details. Details is real important, from taking your haircuts as well as your designs, your edge ups to the next level. It's really in the details. Sometimes you might see one hair that's off and you leave it. That's why your edge up or your design isn't hitting like the ones that you see on Instagram or whatever. It's because you're leaving those hairs there. So I hope this video was really helpful to you. This is the finished product of this design, of this haircut as well. You can see the fade looks nice. There is no enhancements, no dyes or anything on that design, and I think it looks nice. So tell me what you think in the comments. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell if you like any of my content that I'm putting out. This is TK with Cuts by Kelly, and I appreciate you.